welcome to the Irresistible Marketing Pod, the podcast that wants to get you handsomely paid while simultaneously freeing you from toxic internalized capitalism. I'm your host, Isa Gauchi, your marketing confidence cheerleader and owner of the Isa Messaging digital marketing agency for small business baddies such as yourself. Now, buckle your seatbelts because I'm taking you in a lot of different directions today. Coach versus cult, discernment to take what works for you and leave the rest, rejecting one-size-fits-all marketing strategy, and a reminder to match your price to your ideal customer. Your ideal customer, not the typical one that's being sold to you. So let's begin with me being blunt. Not all business coaching is good business coaching. Sometimes it is good coaching, but it simply is not aligned with what you need. In either case, you can tell your coach no, or you should be able to. I spend a lot of time reminding my marketing confidence cheerleading clients of this, because my brilliant, straight A, type A, I want to get this right the first time clients have already mastered following the rules, acing the template, and overachieving on the formulas that they've been given. But that's not working for them anymore, because being a good girl is not growing their business and getting them paid the way they deserve. In my marketing confidence cheerleading services, which is one-on-ones or my group membership called the Squad, we work a lot on finding our own center, getting clear on what we think, what we want, what processes work for our unique brains to produce effective marketing, and determining what is right for our business. The hard part is when our truth puts us in direct opposition to what we're being told, especially when we're being told by folks we are trusting to guide and support us. But both things can be true at once. We can respect and admire the experts we hire and look up to, and we can also call BS or simply decline the advice, the belief system, or the prescription when it doesn't fit. But where the coaching industry can lean perilously close to culty territory is when coaches demand complete acceptance and allegiance to whatever belief system they're selling. And I don't think I have to tell you how dangerous that is. Let me give you an example of a popular business coaching belief that I personally reject. There's a rampant phrase among guru-y business coaches that gives me such major ick, and it's this: when someone doesn't buy, it's never about the money. The reasoning is something like, if they really wanted to, they would. They'd find a way to come up with the money if they saw enough value in the offer. Meanwhile, these guru business coaches are charging $10,000, $12,000 and up for their program. Now, this is surprisingly a controversial statement, but I want you to know that your ideal client doesn't have to be in the 10K club or the 12K club or whatever, because the pool of people who can snap their fingers and come up with that much money if they really wanted to is actually quite an exclusive club. There are obvious historical and systemic barriers to entry to this club too. And to be honest, it pisses me off when these guru business coaches blissfully pretend these barriers don't exist and then somehow fail to notice why all their impressive case studies look like the exact same person. It especially pisses me off when these guru business coaches are touting some sort of equitable social justice, woke sounding platform, and then failing to notice or acknowledge the glaring inequity in having access to that kind of money to be able to work with them in the first place. Like, I don't have a problem with them charging that much money. I do have a problem with them pretending like this is accessible for anyone who really wants it. So, to be clear, I don't charge $12,000 for my business coaching programs, not because my belief is not strong enough that the results I get people are worth it, but because the people who I most want to help often aren't yet in the club that can just snap their fingers and pull 12K out of thin air, though I do want to help them get there. And as much as I've been told by some of these business guru coaches that it's actually a limiting belief of mine to believe that they can't access $12,000 if they really wanted to, my lived experience just tells me differently. And the people who aren't in the club that can snap their fingers and come up with 12K deserve help too. They deserve support too. And from a coach who doesn't accidentally or intentionally shame them for not having access to incredibly privileged sums of money. Or, like what I experience, shaming from a coach when the ideal client avatar doesn't have access to this type of money. Because I think you'll find if you take some of these guru business coaches like freebies and webinars, the system that they're telling you is going to make you 10K in 10 days or make you obscenely rich, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, is a methodology that is designed to sell high ticket programs to people who can access high ticket wealth already. And I think you'll find a lot of these same clients get passed around the same circles over and over and over again. It's just the same club repeating itself. And if your ideal client isn't in that club yet, they don't have a lot of advice for you, aside from, well, sell to richer people, or that's a limiting belief on your part that your people can't access that kind of money. And, I just don't buy it. I just don't. Because sometimes it really do be about the money. You are allowed to have an ideal client who has access to fewer resources. There are still ways to make sure you're getting paid handsomely. You will just have a simply different business model, marketing methodology, sales tactics, than what is being sold to coaches who only know how to coach you on how to sell to people with access to a lot of wealth. So make sure you're investing in coaches and mentors who respect your vision and help you to find the right marketing strategy to realize it, rather than trying to get you to conform to their vision for you and their one-size-fits-all formula. Let's please stop pretending like there is only one right way to do things in business and marketing. And as a side note, I really want you to pay attention when you are vetting coaches and mentors for potentially hiring them or working with them long term, or trusting with your vulnerable vision, your vulnerable creation. I want you to pay attention to how they handle dissent, respectful dissent especially, or people saying, no, that doesn't feel aligned, that doesn't work for me. Because I think this really distinguishes who is a coach that is in it for your empowerment, building up your trust in yourself, your confidence and belief in your ability to navigate entrepreneurship, versus a coach whose primary concern is creating dependency on their wisdom, expertise, and stardom to keep you dependent on them telling you what to do ad infinitum. This is a really important distinction, because one is what a coach should do, which is build up your own self-trust and empowerment, and the other leans dangerously close to culty territory, or straight up culty territory. A good coach should be able to handle you saying no without having a giant ego meltdown. A good coach should be able to have curiosity about why something doesn't feel aligned for you, or why you are making different decisions, or why you are setting boundaries, rather than trying to diagnose any form of dissent as a limiting belief or an issue on your end. This is a really, really important for your well-being, your health. actually getting where you want to go in your business and being empowered as a healthy leader with confidence in yourself, in your own judgment, in your own discernment. Because when a coach can build up your own empowerment, your own self-trust, they are helping you to become a person who is immune to brainwashing, who is less susceptible to manipulation and harmful practices, who is less likely to perpetuate and pass on toxic cycles and dynamics and client treatment, especially if you are a coach or in a healing profession yourself. Whereas if it's a coach more concerned with how deeply you buy into their authority, who does not tolerate dissent in their programs, who doesn't engage with any feedback, even if it is respectful, about harm caused, this is not a safe person. This is not a safe person. And I say that with so much love, but I have a lot of clients that are coming to me kind of as refugees from these celebrity type coaching programs where they've been so invalidated, their experience has been so delegitimized, they have been called in the name of growth and doing what they need to do to get to the next level. Their connection to their own intuition, their own inner compass has been really fractured because the requirement of staying in these programs is to take someone else's word for it over your own. And this is such a dangerous and toxic dynamic. And I wish I could protect my big-hearted entrepreneurs from this. Because these celebrity business coaches are really skilled at selling a dream, at doing what I told you a few episodes back about taking people to the furthest edge of what they scarcely dare hope for. They're really good at painting a picture of something that you want, that is pushing the limits of what you are currently able to visualize or imagine as a real possibility for yourself. And that is so seductive. It is so attractive. And there is nothing wrong with that. But this is when you hook people like this, they are so susceptible. They want that dream so badly. You really have to have a strong sense of ethics and accountability not to accidentally manipulate people and actually empower them to achieve that vision on their own terms in the way that is best for them, rather than feeling like your authority needs to be validated by you having all of the answers for your people. All right, this was a really long side note tangent, but it's just so important to me. I'm not even saying you have to unfollow these people or you can't love them or get a lot out of messaging that does resonate from them or even work with them. But I do just want you to have your eyes open and to trust your own judgment and alignment and really pay attention to your experience. Are you leaving this feeling empowered or like you feel like you need them to tell you what to do forevermore? Because the empowered person is much more likely to succeed in their business long term, navigate challenges, build their own followings, be able to do things their way than the person that is just here to be told what to do. All right. So, all that said, if you would like to get to the place where you are making good money, good profit, 10K months and up through systems that do not burn you out because they are built, they are customized, they are designed to work with you, your creative cycles, your neurofestivity if you have it. What works with you doesn't shut you down, lights you up, gets you going. And if you don't want to burn out and you want marketing that aligns with your values and is fun to make, then I would love to work with you. You can work with me one-on-one in my Season of Support 3-month program, or join the Squad, which is my marketing membership for big-hearted black sheep rebel entrepreneurs, where we are just regularly shooting the moon and cheering each other on. It's such a beautiful, encouraging space. It's a great place to be. However you want to work with me, you get all the marketing know-how, tactics, strategy, and again, customized strategy to you, and emotional support to actually do it, plus the raddest group of excellently eccentric entrepreneurs around to cheer you on. So if you keep buying courses and coaching on how to market effectively and have a successful business, but you can't get yourself to actually do it, or you're checking all the boxes and seeing none of the results, it's time to invest in help to actually do the darn thing. In my programs, you're not just given information, you're given the space and the accountability to actually do it, and major celebration when you do. In these spaces, we change the whole vibe of entrepreneurship. From terrifying roller coaster into the unknown to gorgeous pleasure cruise into an ever brighter future, with lots of support and encouragement and true community along the way. You can join the Squad right now or sign up to work with me one-on-one right now by heading to the show notes. The links are listed for you there nice and handy, and you can just check out right now and get in on all of the fun and the strategy and the profit and the cheering on and the creativity and the silliness and the new business besties. And as always, please feel free to DM or email me with any questions. I'm happy to chat with you to make sure that it's a good fit. All right, that's it for today's episode. Don't forget to leave me 5 stars to keep the good stuff coming your way.